Good morning, students. Today I am going to give you a brief introduction on Rabindranath Tagore. Actually, the paper is Readings in Literature, and last class I gave you an introduction on literature. That is the first module of the paper. There are four modules. I have shared the syllabus, so I believe you know the modules that you have in this paper. First module is Introduction to Literature, second module Poetry, third module Prose, and the fourth module is Short Stories. So, introduction, the first module is not complete, it's not over. Now I'm starting with the second module. Second module Poetry, Rabindranath Tagore. A poem is prescribed silent steps for you. So I'm going to give you introduction today in this class, and next class, that is tomorrow's class, we'll see the poem in detail. I'll share the poem through my screen, so you can listen to the class now. So I believe you'll be familiar with this image. So you know the person. He is Rabindranath Tagore, and a brief introduction about the author. So I have typed his name here, and was born on 7th May 1861 in Calcutta. And occupation, he is actually um, a barrister also. He was a poet, a philosopher, prophet, and also a critic. And he died in 7th, that is on 7th August 1941. And to give a brief introduction, about the point. He is known as the Bard of the East. Shakespeare, we call him a Bard. So he is Tagore is known as the Bard of the East. He was one of the pioneers of the Indian Renaissance in art and literature. As a poet, he was a saint-like figure who could transmute personal sorrows into mystical expressions. He was a supreme love poet who sublimated personal experiences of love into cosmic ones. He was a writer who had deep empathy for children and found saintliness in childhood. He was at one in humanity all over the world. He viewed both beauty and suffering with a saintly equanimity. Apart from poetry, he excelled in writing short stories, plays, essays, and novels with equal felicity and versatility. He was also a great painter. As a pioneering educationist, he started the famous Vishwabharati University at Shantiniketan. Being a poet, a philosopher, and a patriot rolled into one, his life itself can be called the greatest work of all. He placed Indian literature at par with world literature and was awarded a Nobel Prize for his magnum opus, Gitanjali, in 1913. And I have given a brief introduction on his works. So, although Tagore is famous for his poetry, he did his best in writing novels, essays, short stories, plays, and articles. His masterwork is Gitanjali, that is actually a spiritual journey from finite to infinite. And it earned him, this work, Gitanjali, earned him the title of mystic poet. He has composed more than 2000 songs. He is actually the official composer for the national anthem of India and Bangladesh. So I know you are familiar with that. And his greatest achievements are, that is, he was awarded Nobel Prize in the year 1913 for his great work, for the great work Gitanjali.